PBC Vice President Tim Smith says Errol Spence has other plans and other fights to accomplish on their side. Terence Crawford is not in the future plans. Stay tuned. Coming up next.
Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, Tim Smith, Vice President of the PBC, Al Heyman's right-hand man, he confirms what Bob Arum is saying. You know, Bob Arum said that they don't want this fight, and Tim Smith said, no, they're not making the fight. He said that Errol Spence have other fighters on the PBC side, and why should they look to make a fight with Terence Crawford next? He says there's so many fighters over here on the PBC with our stable that there's no reason for him to go over there and fight Terence Crawford anytime soon, due to the fact that he could clean out his own side. He says that he says Spence doesn't need to fight Crawford right now due to how deep the premier boxing champion stable is at 147. He says the following PBC fighters are available for Spence to fight right now: Manny Pacquiao, Adrian Broner, Sean Porter, Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia. He said with some of those fighters, Spence can potentially fight rematches with them if fights wind up close. Mikey and Broner figure to wipe out what wins for Spence right now, but Danny G, Porter, and Pacquiao could be competitive fights for Spence. Once Keith Thurman returns from his hand injury, he'll be an option for Spence as well. He says the same guys are available. The same guys that are available for Manny Pacquiao are available to Errol Spence. He's got a full plate. We want any fight that makes sense for Errol Spence at this time. We're concentrating on our. He said he meant to say on our business. He said we're concentrating on our business, but he meant to say on our business. And he says our business is making fights with the PBC Premier Boxing Champions fighters. He says this deal says we have PBC on Fox. That's what we're focused on. Al Heyman is a deal maker because he doesn't just sit around and talk down on some guys. He just gets deals done. When the time is right to get the deal done, it'll get done, Smith said. Wow, you know, this says a lot, man. I mean, this actually confirms what Bob Arum was saying. So for all the people that was out there saying Bob Arum is lying about wanting to make the Crawford fight versus Spence, this confirms it. Floyd Mayweather came out and confirmed it. Errol Spence came out and confirmed it, and now you heard it from the vice president, because I know people are going to say, oh, Al Heyman never said that. Well, you know, Tim Smith is a great guy. Love Tim Smith. He's a great guy, real approachable guy. You know, you probably see him out and about and don't even realize who he is. He's a real good guy. So this is no knock against Tim Smith. But what I'm saying is this is a confirmation that what Bob Arum was stating, that side did not want to make the fight happen, and they don't want to make the fight. And Tim Smith confirmed it. He said, why would we look to make that fight? We're not looking to make the fight with Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford has a plethora of fighters over here at the PBC. We need to get business done over here with PBC. With our side, we're going to clean up our side. And then when its time is right, we'll make the fight between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. But now is not the time. And from the way he's talking, it don't look like it's going to happen in 2019 at all. He said that if he has any close fights, then we'll see rematches. So alluding to the fact that he's going to keep it all in-house. And this is what I want to tell guys, because we're too worried about the promoters and too worried about sticking to one side and saying that, oh, I'm just going to ride with the PBC. So then you're not a fan of the sport of boxing. I love the way the PBC have introduced free boxing on regular TV. I love a lot of the things the PBC has done. But in this case, right, with this situation with Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, I feel like the PBC is dropping the ball. And the reason I feel like the PBC is dropping the ball, because we have exclusively excluded the fans' opinions we have blocked out the fans, which is the most important part of the sport of boxing. We have let rivals and egos get in the way, and business get in the way, and just blocked out the fans. Because without the fans, none of this is possible. So you see, it's hypocritical. When you get fighters at the end of fights and excuse me, when you get fighters at the end of fights, thanking the fans for coming out, the promoters thanking the fans for showing up, but you block the fans' opinions and wants out. You don't take the fans' feelings into consideration. Yeah, you have a rivalry with Bob Arum, and Bob Arum sued Al Heyman. Oscar De La Hoya sued Al Heyman. So on and so forth. When they was both in the wrong, because I'm one to say I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Oscar De La Hoya and Bob Arum were wrong for suing Al Heyman because of jealousy. That's just the bottom line. They were jealous, and so with that said, there's a rivalry going on that has nothing to do with the fans. And the person that suffers in this situation is the fans. The fans are the one that suffer in this situation. The fans are the ones that's clamoring to see Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. But since the PBC doesn't want to do business with with Bob Arum, then the fans don't get what they want. Because guess what? We're not going to do business with with Bob Arum. We're not going to put money in Bob Arum's pockets. Right? Yeah, fight fans want to see Errol Spence versus Sean Porter. Absolutely. Fight fans want to see Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia. Absolutely. Fight fans want to see Errol Spence versus Manny Pacquiao. Absolutely. But the most fight that the fans are clamoring for is Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. And you're telling the fight fans, no, you're not going to give that to them due to the fact of your rivalry, because that's what it boils down to, people. Your rivalry with Bob Arum, and because y'all guys don't want to do business with Bob Arum because his past history of doing bad business with you guys, so the fans get slighted. So it's a slap in the fans' face. That's just what it is. Because when Bob Arum was doing the nonsense and not allowing Manny Pacquiao to fight PBC fighters, everybody called for Bob Arum's head because we want to see the best fight the best. We knew that he was preventing Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. We knew that he was blocking a lot of fights on that side. But now, so two rights don't make a wrong, is what I'm saying. And still the person that suffers is the fan, who has nothing to do with the business side of it. Nothing at all. So it's not fair to the fan that these guys freeze out what the fan want. Because you're not freezing out Bob Arum and Terence Crawford only because Terence Crawford and Bob Arum are millionaires. And if Terence Crawford fights somebody we don't even know who he is, he's still going to make millions of dollars doing it. And Bob Arum is going to make a hefty percentage and millions of dollars himself off of Terence Crawford fighting nobody. And then Errol Spence will fight people that we know of their namesakes, but it's not the person that we want to see fight. So still at the end of the day, the person that suffers the most is the fan. And that's the person that's not being taken into consideration in this entire situation. The fan is getting slapped in the face. And that's what needs to be brought to the front. That's what needs to be asked. Shouldn't it be about what the fan want? Because without the fan, the millions of dollars that's being passed from hand to hand wouldn't be there. It wouldn't be there. If it wasn't for the fan to pack the stadiums, right? When people say Anthony Joshua sells out 90,000 seat arenas, that's 90,000 fans that came to support him. So it's about the fans. Because without 90,000 people there, Anthony Joshua would be fighting in an empty ballroom. And nobody would care. But since the fans care and support him, shouldn't it be about the fans? You're going to get thousands of people show up for Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, right? At the end of the day, that's about the fans. Because without the fans, it wouldn't be possible. Just like the fighters say at the end of the fights, without God, none of this would be possible. Well, guess what? Without the fans, none of this would be possible. So nobody's taking the fan into consideration when they having a rift amongst each other and slight the fans. I liken it to two parents that are being selfish with one another, cheating on one another, and treating each other bad and not taking the children into consideration. Because without the children, you don't have a family. The children make the family. And in the sport of boxing, 2 promoters and 2 fighters don't complete the sport of boxing. Without the fans, you don't have a sport. And that's what needs to be taken into consideration into this entire situation. So at the end of the day, this is all about you did it to me, now I'm doing it to you. You know, it's payback, you know, for, you know, you doing things to us, you stalling us out and you freezing us out, now we're gonna freeze you out. You know, so that's what it all boils down to, man. That's what it all boils down to. You did it to us, now we're gonna do it to you. But at the end of the day, the fans are not being taken into consideration, man. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. It's your boy Blue. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Blue Blood Sport TV, baby, from the Empress. Much love.